In my view, the most important thing this country has to do, and as soon as possible, is to restore control of our own borders. And to do that, we almost certainly have to leave the European Union, and to do that, we have to repeal the 1972 European Communities Act. For every one immigrant we had had before, we are now getting 12. This country at the moment has over 60 million people in it. If you talk to any demographer, he will tell you that the ideal number of people in this country and the resources, the natural resources, the land mass, the area on which food can be grown, the water supplies and so on and so on.
Absolutely.
Though the ideal number is of the order of 30 million. You only have to look at what is happening in the southeast, where I come from, to see the scale of the problem we now face. Not only do we have very serious water shortages, but those are inevitably being exacerbated by the fact that far more people live in the southeast than the area itself can sustain. But let me give you some other figures. But let's talk about the European Union. There is a lot of loose chat about immigration. And all the Hungarians and Latvians and Estonians and the rest of Eastern Europe, as of last year, have free, unlimited access to our borders and have the right to come and live here and enjoy, in inverted commas, all the benefits of being living in Britain.
So you wouldn't oppose, then, in principle, those particular countries sending people to come and live here in the UK?
I oppose it absolutely.
Because you don't feel that we should be part of the EU?
Well, that's standing the argument on its head. I am saying that until we have control of our borders, they have unlimited access. When you listen to Mr. Reid talking about immigration and quoting figures, he's ignoring the fact that most of the people now coming to live here are not included in his figures because they are coming from European Union countries and now have free access. Let me give you one figure that the government quoted. They said before the enlargement of 2006 that there would be, they thought, about 15,000 more people coming to live in this country after enlargement as a result of it, from the 10 new member states. According to them, there are now at least 400,000. So they got that wrong by a factor of several 100%. More importantly than that, I don't think anybody reasonably would complain or resist taking in the limited number of genuine refugees and fleers from threat of prosecution.
Absolutely, and that's asylum. That's a topic that's absolutely...
I don't have a problem with any of that at all. But what I am concerned with is the sheer volume and speed with which we have seen movements of people around Western Europe in the last few years, which is fundamentally changing the nature of our country, our society. And remember, a culture and a way of life is the glue that holds the society together.
Well,
that is now being diluted.